Information ordering. That is the phrase printed on 8 different New York civil service notices. And if you have gone looking for what it means, you have found reading lessons written for school exams. This is what it means on these ones. You get a procedure and a set of circumstances. The procedure is fixed, but some of its steps have conditions. So which steps actually happen, and what position each one occupies, depends on the circumstances. Counting positions in the printed list is exactly the mistake this section is built to catch. In the next few minutes, the technique, step by step, and then the 4 ways people lose points on it. First, cross out the excluded steps before you count anything. Read the circumstances first, then go down the procedure and strike every step whose condition is not met. Only when the list is shortened do you start counting. Doing it in the other order is how a step ends up counted that never happened. Second, count over what runs, not over what is printed. If the 3rd printed step is skipped, the 4th printed step is the 3rd action carried out. The question always asks about the actions that happen, never about the layout of the page. Third, immediately after means the next step that runs. When a question asks what follows a named action, skip forward past every excluded step. A skipped step does not hold a place in the sequence. It is simply not there. Fourth, expect the skipped step to be offered to you. The most attractive wrong answer is always a step that is printed in the procedure but excluded by the circumstances. It looks right because you just read it. Before choosing, check that the step you are picking survived your crossing out. Now the other half, and it is the half most people skip. These are the 4 ways this ability is actually lost. Not by not knowing, but by answering the question next to the one on the page. First, counting positions in the printed procedure instead of in the actions carried out. Second, choosing a step that the circumstances excluded. Third, treating immediately after as the next line on the page. Fourth, missing a condition stated in the circumstances rather than in the step itself. Every one of those is a habit, which means every one of them is fixable by drilling rather than by studying harder. And this is why it is worth the effort. Information ordering is not one exam's quirk. 8 New York civil service exams test it. Traffic enforcement agent, 7331. School safety agent, 7323. Police officer, 7313. Correction officer, 6303. Police communications technician, 6329. Special officer, 6327. Environmental police officer, 6305. Special officer, health and hospitals, 6328. Different jobs, different notices, different agencies. The same skill on all of them. Which means the practice you put in here is not spent on one application. It follows you to every other exam on that list. Reading about a technique is not the same as owning it, and this one only transfers under a clock. Free practice for information ordering is at dutyrank.com/exams, with the reasoning shown on every answer. DutyRank is an independent study product and is not affiliated with any government agency.